How's it going, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Couples Coverage. I'm your host, Nicholas Moreano. I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, as usual, Stephanie Abonce. Baby, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You better never get another co-host.
Well, I have other co-hosts on different podcasts.
Actually, that's true.
So, I mean, you're like the third wheel, if for being honest, or like a fourth wheel, because I have multiple co-hosts and hosts.
Yeah, but for this show.
For this show, you're the only one.
Yeah.
So, there we go. But this is actually not the first time we're recording episode 8 of Couples Coverage, unfortunately, because we had some technical issues here. But what the whole podcast is about, we have 5 questions lined up for each other. We had 5 originally, but now we changed them up, so it's still going to be an organic episode. I don't know what you have planned. I have my questions right here, so it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I know. Kind of upsetting because we were almost done filming the last episode, and then somehow our camera crashed, and which sucks. Now it's a lost episode. It's never going to get heard, and it was a good one.
It's a lost episode, but now we have this new one, and before we dive into this one, I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody who has watched or listened to Couples Coverage. The 7 other episodes, you can go listen to those really at any point because they're pretty fluid in terms of the content, and it's always going to be, good whenever you listen to it. But if you haven't, this is your first time joining us, welcome. And just want to say, maybe you should subscribe to the podcast, which is on Spotify. If you're just an audio listener, you want to listen on your drive to work, during your workout, whatever it may be, you can do that. Or if you like, being in front of YouTube, like a lot of people do, you can watch us on YouTube at Couples Coverage and subscribe, hit that bell notification. Anytime a new video comes up, you'll be notified. So we got the little, nitty gritty stuff out of the way.
Yes.
Do we want to how do we want to do this? We both have 5 questions lined up that we don't know about. Dive into it. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we get into this grueling one-on-one interview?
So yesterday I was nervous because I didn't know what you were going to ask. I thought I got it over with, and now here we are again.
Doing it again.
I'm doing it again, and I'm nervous all over again because I don't know what you're going to ask.
Yeah, no, it's...
But I have a little bit of an idea just because if it's, the type of questions that you were asking yesterday, then I think I should be okay.
There's similarities, but differences to get different answers, but...
I did want to say, though, too, I know you're a little sick. You feeling okay?
Yes, I do sound very nasally, and I feel like I sound nasally. It's annoying. But I'm fine. I just... one of the nostrils I can breathe through one day, the next day it's the other nostril. It's annoying, but I'm good.
Okay.
Good to go.
It's just, I barely heard it right now.
Oh.
You can tell when people are sick a little bit, and I feel like...
I've been sounding like this all day.
Yeah, but maybe I'm just, barely noticing it, because you've been more sniffly, later in the day.
I did just take some medicine, so we're going to have a kick in during this episode. We're going to be all good.
Okay.
Who wants to start?
I want you to start.
Okay. I like starting. I'm good with starting. Question number 1 that I have for you. Again, this is pretty random. I don't know if there's an actual theme to these questions, but I think what this is going to do is kind of give our listeners, viewers, just more insight about you. And kind of us too, especially with this first question. What do you appreciate most about our relationship?
Aww.
Oh,
that's a cute one.
I know. That was one of my questions I didn't get to yesterday, so I carried it over on this one.
Okay. The one thing I appreciate the most.
Just what do you appreciate the most?
I appreciate how supportive we are of each other, how encouraging we are of each other, and that's more than one. And how loving we are in our relationship.
Where do you see that? You say support.
Yeah.
Where do you see that show up in our relationship as we kind of, go back and forth for each other with that?
I just feel like we both obviously have our own things that we do. And I just feel like we're always there to encourage each other. If a day has been long or if it's been a rougher day, I just feel like we're always going to be there to support each other. And I just know that I can always count on you. Mm-hmm. And hopefully you feel the same way, because I feel like I do try to do that or be that way for you as well. So yeah, I honestly just feel like I just really appreciate how much we can like lean on each other.
Yeah. And I think that's super important for any relationship. Like, one person can't be supporting the other and it not be reciprocated back, because I feel like that it's just an imbalance there. So I definitely feel all the support in everything I do, and I hope that, and like you said, you feel the same when you're doing your thing, and I'm giving you that support as well. But
yeah,
that's awesome, babe.
I know. I felt it this morning. You've been like encouraging me.
You've been kicking butt at the the hot yoga? Is it hot yoga?
Yeah.
Or
core power yoga. Uh-oh. Silence the laptop.
Update available.
Oh, that's fine. Oh.
Yahoo password required.
No, it's fine. I still use Yahoo. Yeah. Ancient.
I have there's people at House Hall that still use AOL, if anyone knows what that is.
Lord.
And if he ever watches this podcast, he'll know who that is. But your
Can
question.
I guess?
Yes, you can guess, but I don't think you're going to get it.
I feel like it's like Mark Potash.
I think you might, but but that was the person I was thinking of. That's hilarious. Okay.
Anyway.
Yes. Your question now. What is your question to me?
Oh, wait, we didn't finish.
We didn't.
No, we were talking about support and encouragement and how I was feeling it today.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Well, the hot yoga.
Yeah. Well, I guess, yeah.
And then also work.
Yeah, and then also work. It's just been a busy time. But yeah, no, I always feel your support.
Awesome.
Okay, maybe we did wrap that one up. High School Musical.
You listened to High School Musical before.
I was giving you a whole show
takes his
right
mic
before.
And is singing karaoke, and I'm just Brady's over here watching, he's trying to sleep, but you're kind of singing over there.
No, he was
just kidding.
He was having a great time. Okay. I'm trying to decide like which way I want to go, because these questions are a little bit all over the place. But maybe I'll start with one that, again, like yours, will maybe give people more of an insight as to
I'm ready.
Who you are. Okay. If you can change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Ooh, if I can change one thing about myself, what would it be? That's a tough question.
Yeah.
That is a very tough question. What would I change about myself? And I don't want to come across as like, I don't know, wrong in any way, but one thing that I would
He's
change,
like nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm good. For me, sometimes I see how other people, like, okay, for you, for example, it's not that I'm not caring, but you're very attentive and caring of others. Like when it's someone's birthday, let's go out and get a gift. Let's go out and, just show our support. And it's not that I don't do that. I just don't do it to the level that I think you do a great job of. Mm. And like, even if it's like, I wasn't visiting my parents on a regular basis until you kind of talked about it. Like Sundays before like football season started, it's like, oh, we should go do a family day. For me, it wasn't the highest priority, but I see so much value in that now. Mm-hmm. So maybe it is being a little bit more caring and just, I guess thinking about others more, because maybe sometimes I think a little bit just too much about myself. Mm-hmm. So I think that would be one thing. And I can still work. I can work on that, but that's the first thing that comes to mind, because I know that I can definitely be better in that area when it means to, like, even reaching out to friends, even simply texting back sometimes.
I know. I feel like sometimes I'm like, did you text this person back?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you see it and you acknowledge it, and it kind of, I feel like it eats at you a little bit. You're like, I still need to respond to this person, but
yep.
things get busy, and I feel like sometimes, I know I'm guilty of that too. Sometimes when I have friends who text me, I'll see it and I won't respond right away if I'm in the middle of something. And then it's easy to kind of like forget this person even texted me, because in my mind, I kind of maybe even responded in my head.
Yeah. So simple things like that, I think I could do a better job of.
Yeah.
But that would be one thing I would change.
Okay. That was a good answer. Very honest answer.
I had to really think about that one, though, just to kind of, again, provide a well thought out answer. But appreciate the question, babe. You ready for number 2?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, this is a fun one. And it doesn't have to be about me, but it can be.
Oh, Lord.
What are your biggest pet peeves?
Biggest pet peeves?
Yep.
Okay, I will say,
And
starting
again,
off with you.
It doesn't have to be me, but if you want to, you can do that.
Okay.
But yeah, what are they?
Biggest pet peeve.
Okay, I'm just going to throw out mine because I need to put this out
Wait,
there.
wait. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
If you're in the passenger seat of a car and
Oh.
your feet are up on the windshield, I'm going to lose it.
On the dashboard, you
On
mean?
the dashboard, sorry. Oh my God. That drives me insane. Not only is it not safe, but it's like, oh,
It's nasty.
staying feet up on the dashboard. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you took a shot, whatever. No. And I'm so glad you don't do that, because if you did, I would lose it.
I don't know why people... it just doesn't seem comfortable to me. I mean, I guess to like each their own, but I've just never felt the need to like put my feet
When
on
I
the
see
dashboard.
it, like I'm driving, and then you see, like, you speed up, get away. I'm done.
When you see like the toes against the windshield.
Oh God. Okay, yeah, that's mine. But again, this is my question to you. What are your biggest pet peeves?
Okay, my biggest pet peeve. Okay, I'll start with something you do. My biggest pet peeve, guys. There's times where I'm at home because I work from home a lot. And I'll tidy up, everything will look good. And then Nick comes home and it's like a little tornado. Oh my gosh, that drives me insane.
What is it? What do I put everywhere? It could be the gym bag on the
It's
floor.
a gym bag on the floor, the random coat hangers on the ground. Like, why is there coat hangers on the ground? The keys on the table, the freaking, what else do you have? Hats everywhere all of a sudden.
Hat.
Yep. Your lunch bag, like you unpack it, but he doesn't put it away. It just sits there. Oh my gosh, it drives me insane.
See, I asked this question, what are your biggest pet peeves? I didn't say what are your biggest pet peeves with me.
I know, but you said I could.
I know. And now, are there any other pet peeves that don't involve? And okay, so that's even thing too. Like Ben, you know this. Shout out to good friend Ben. We roomed together at the University of Iowa. We didn't have an air conditioner in our dorm room, and I would always take off my shirt and put it on the bench, and then these shirts would pile up. And I just wouldn't put it away. So it is a nasty habit that is maybe carried over as I've gotten older. But
it just reminds me how the other day you started piling something up on the couch that we have in our room.
Yep.
And there was one day I was just sick of seeing it there, and I just put your stuff away for you. And you asked me, like, babe, have you seen... Well, I probably shouldn't have left it there, but have you seen my sweater that was on the couch?
Yes, I have. I put it away in one of those drawers where it should be.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Any other pet peeves that you have?
Pet peeve. Okay, another pet peeve. Oh my gosh, I cannot stand when I see someone throw garbage out of their car.
Oh, you mother.
This makes me so angry. Like, who raised you? There are so many trash cans everywhere. If you go to a store, if you stop anywhere, there's always trash bins in the front sitting outside. Just leave it in your car, and your next stop, take it out. Gas stations all have trash bins. Like, Why are you tossing it out in the street? Pisses me off.
Yeah, that's another one. Terrible. You're a terrible person if you throw trash on the ground. I'm saying it right now. Don't care.
It's just so disrespectful.
It is, especially if there's a garbage can right near you. Like, stop.
Yeah.
It's not your world, and this is like your trash can.
Ugh.
Yeah, and that's a good one. I like your pet peeves. The one about me. Provide some insight on who I am. Sloppy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. But all right, your question time.
Okay.
Question numero dos. This is 4 fingers. 2.
Okay. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Okay.
4 more questions.
I want you to expand on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Now, we kind of talked about this yesterday, but this is phrased differently because this wasn't what I asked yesterday. Okay. Is jealousy okay in a relationship?
Okay. is jealousy okay? It is okay to a certain extent. What is too much? Too much jealousy is if, you're with somebody of the opposite sex or whatever, and you're just getting jealous for that mere fact there. Nothing else. It's like, oh, it's maybe another attractive girl or whatever it may be. And it's like,
You're not allowed to say that.
yeah, see?
No, I'm kidding.
No, see? No, but that I think is too much jealousy. But I think you should have some, because I think it shows that you care about your partner, right? And I think it's, little things like if, I don't know, like somebody may say something to you, like another guy or something is like, yo, back up. Like, I don't like, that's, she's with me or whatever. Like, I think it just shows that you care about the other individual. But yeah, you just don't want to have too much of it, because it almost seems like you're a little self-conscious about, other people, and don't really trust what you have in their relationship. But then again, you do want to show some to let your significant other know, like, I do care. Like, I
Not even just show it. Like, it's more like it's okay to feel it.
Yeah, that too. Exactly. So I think there is a balance of it, but too much or too little is not a good thing.
I agree.
So you got to have that nice balance in the middle.
Yeah. Like, just picture someone came and talked to me and, like, you didn't care at all. I'd be like, what the heck? You don't care?
I mean, as long as I maybe introduce myself, like, if it's a coworker, it's like, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, came and, like, hit on me or something. Or vice versa.
That's a problem.
Vice versa. Let's say we were out together and someone came and, like, started flirting with you very obviously, and, like, I didn't care at all. Wouldn't you be like, babe?
Well, especially too, like, let's say in that scenario, like, what if I had said something back? That's also like,
no, it's not okay.
Yeah, see, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But no, you do have to find that balance, and I think that's good for a relationship.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I feel like you're right. Too much, too little is both maybe a little bit toxic. More so the one, maybe unhealthy. More so like if it's too much, that can become toxic very quickly. And if it's too little, it's like questionable. Like,
yeah. It's like, okay, like you're just, I don't know. You're almost too free. Yeah. So both exactly. You have too much or too little. So we're getting on to question 3. And I think before we do, we're going to take a small timeout, small break, and hopefully.
Okay.
Oh boy, there it is. Wow, where did I find this magical Owen here? That we have Owens all over this apartment, because Owen and couples coverage go together better than peanut butter and jelly, I guess. That's so lame. But yes, Owen stands for only what you need, and that holds true to the ingredients that are in here. And if you're looking at getting a new protein shake, you should consider Owen, because it is a balanced macronutrient ratio in the Owen shakes. It's got 0 sugar, 0 net carbs. If you get the Pro Elite, which has 32 grams of protein, or the one I'm holding here is a dark chocolate. It's got 20 grams of protein, but it's got green blends. It has basically all the necessary ingredients that you want. And here's the most important part. If you're looking to get some new Owen shakes and looking to upgrade your protein shakes, you could do that and also use the code CC15 at checkout. You actually save 15% off your first purchase. So I recommend you load up on your protein shakes. This one's got 20 grams. If you want a little bit more, you have the Elite protein shakes. They have 32. They have meal supplements. They have the powder version. So you have a bunch of variety of Owen shakes. And if you just use that code CC15 at checkout, you can save 15% off your first order. And, obviously you're saving money, but also a little bit comes back to us here at Couples Coverage. So if you're considering a new protein shake, definitely check out Owen, only what you need.
Yes, do it.
Do it. And we're also going to go into question number 3 that I have for you. This one is, I guess you'll hear it right now.
Oh boy.
If you can swap lives with someone for a day, who would you choose?
Rihanna.
Oh, wow, that was quick. Rihanna. What about Rihanna made you definitively chose her to swap lives with?
I just feel like she's so iconic. I also feel like she lives such a like glamorous life, but also very private.
True, yeah. I
Because
have no idea where she's at right now.
You
What's
like
she
really
doing?
don't hear much about her except when she makes her little appearances, and she's always like looks
Wait,
gorgeous.
She did the last Super Bowl, right?
She did.
Pregnant.
She did, exactly. Why wouldn't I want to be her? She can do a whole freaking Super Bowl while pregnant.
That's amazing. That was
I
awesome.
know.
She did a great job, and she was suspended in the air too.
Yep. I would choose her. She's also like in the beauty space, like fashion. I would just love to just be her for a day. That's the question, right? For a day.
Yeah, for a day, and like the beauty
Yeah.
fashion. That's something that obviously you.
It would just be fun. It would just be fun to get to experience it and see all the behind the scenes stuff that she does. Just be able to like sing or perform somewhere. That'd be so fun.
Yeah. I mean, let's say you go tour, or like you're on a day where she's like touring and stuff.
Yeah.
You get to feel what it's like to perform in such a large crowd or whatever. Like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. You know who else, actually, now that I think of it? I was getting clips because I guess the VMAs were yesterday. Or
I think so.
something
was
like
going
that.
on, yeah.
So I was watching clips of it and I saw Shakira performed. And every time she performs, I just like remember how iconic she is because this woman does not age. She literally looks and sounds the same as when she was like 19.
Her hips never lie.
And she was one of my first CDs that I ever had. So these songs are always very like, even more so like the newer stuff too. Whenever I hear her voice, just that alone feels very nostalgic to me. And I feel like she just looks better like every year.
She has a very like distinct voice too, I think.
Yeah.
And she also, like, when we were in Mexico, when she performed the Super Bowl with J-Lo,
Yep.
right? So
Oh my gosh, that was the
you
best
picked
Super
two
Bowl
people
ever.
that have performed in Super Bowls, so I guess maybe there's a common
Maybe I just want to
connection there.
perform somewhere.
Maybe you just want to perform at a Super Bowl. Maybe
I
that's
was
it.
performing before this.
You were.
I
You were
was.
singing High School Musical too. But okay, I like that. Rihanna and Shakira.
Shakira. Also to be able to dance like Shakira.
I'm gonna
Oh
stop
gosh, don't do that.
moving my hips. You can't even see the hips on camera, like, so you're missing out. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
that would be mine. What would be yours?
Who would I be for a day?
Yeah.
Probably be like Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, good looking dude, quarterback. He's not the greatest, but he's also got a lot of money, and so much spotlight is on the quarterback position. So just to maybe feel that weight of what it feels like to have expectations for a day, that would be interesting. And look, I didn't go pick out like Patrick Mahomes, a top quarterback or anything, but like,
You want to
Just
be
to
good. You want to be good looking.
yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, look, he's not gonna be
Actually,
known
not
as-
to say Patrick Mahomes isn't, but Jimmy Garoppolo is like known to be like handsome,
Oh, he
good
is.
looking. Yeah.
He is. He is. But yeah, again, it would be interesting just to have that perspective. And we watched the Netflix show Quarterback, and very insightful on what those guys deal with on a daily basis. But yeah, I think even just a quarterback position would be cool to be in that position for a day. But yeah,
You know what I wish that show showed a little bit more of? Because I've always wondered, playing in front of thousands and thousands of people, even though it's a game, it is still kind of like a performance. Like, you want to make sure you do good. Like you said, there's a lot of weight to it. So I wish it went into maybe like the feeling they get before. Because everyone always seems so calm and collected, and I know they have their routines and their superstitions that they do, or that they have, I should say. But you never really see like the nerves, and I've always wondered, like, are they nervous with all these eyes watching them and like all this pressure on them?
yeah, no, it's a good point. And I wonder even for the guys that have done it for years, they still get those butterflies before the whistle for the first kickoff. But no, that's a good point.
Okay, but this is not a football podcast, so we're
It's
gonna.
not what you asked me.
Yeah.
So I asked you that question, so now it's your turn.
Okay.
I got confused on who asked what. This is question number 3 for you, I think.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. What is your take on being friends with an ex?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Being friend, like, I mean, what is, so if you're friends, are you like, you can just text them freely or like say, hey, what's up? Like, that just seems weird. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
And I know that it can work for some people. Like,
What if like you ended on good terms? Like you just cut this person off and
yeah,
that's
no,
it?
that's fine. But I mean, if you're living your life, they're living their life. Like, you had your time, and now it's time to move on. But I think that's how things can almost get rekindle between like people if they're like keep their ex too close, and I don't know, it can get weird with if you're in a current relationship. Like, I don't know how you would feel if I was texting.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No,
right?
not
Or if
okay.
you were doing the same, it's like, oh yeah, I just texted Jeremy.
Gonna go get lunch with
Oh hell no, you're not getting like lunch. Like, go, Jeremy, imaginary Jeremy boyfriend. Go eat lunch by yourself. It's more social. You can do that. It's fine. But yeah, not for me. And I don't know, people. And it's not being insecure or anything. Maybe it kind of sounds like it is, but it's just weird.
I think it's just keeping like a boundary. Yeah.
So maybe you feel differently, people who listen to this or watch this, but just it ended for a reason. Go your separate ways. And do you really need those people in your life? I don't know. Maybe if it was a long relationship. Were we just watching, what Netflix show were we watching where the couple was together, but the girl was still friends with the guy's mom or something like that? It was.
Oh yeah, it
Love
was she was friends with, was it Peter? I don't know
What
his
show was
name.
that? It's not Love is Blind, right?
It is Love is Blind.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, even that's a little weird.
Friends with the family. Like if you stay
Yeah.
friends with the family. That one's harder though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're,
I would say that's harder. Like it would be harder to not communicate with like the family, because if once they're consistent in your life, that would be hard to let go too.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I agree. I do think there needs to be boundaries, and if it's an ex for a reason. I just feel like that's where I stand on that. But I feel like the only way that it could work is maybe if you didn't date for a long time and then you realize like, okay, like we should just be friends. Like maybe initially
maybe that could
attracted
work.
and then it was like, well, actually
You're more of a friend.
we're not,
type, or-
yeah, we don't have a connection and it's just friends. But you're right. I don't know. I think I wouldn't like that either way.
Nope. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. So I'm glad we both feel the same way. So sorry, exes.
What about, maybe this is like a part B.
Part A, part E,
Part A, part B. I feel like we have a little bit different opinion on this one, where it's like, do you delete them off of everything?
Yeah, and look, I have not. So they're still on there, but like I guess they're just on there. I guess I just haven't. Not that I haven't had the need to or want to. Like it's gone and passed. If that makes sense, but for you, it's like you would rather delete.
Well, I just know that, for example, if I had pictures of an ex on my social media, I think I would eventually, like once it's over, like go and delete those. But if you're someone who posts a ton and it's like way at the bottom of your feed and it's not like they're obviously still a part of your life, or it doesn't look like they're still a part of your life, then I guess it's different.
Yeah,
But
I mean, honestly, look, I think there's still pictures on my Instagram, but I guess there are a bunch of photos now, and I guess like that was a part of my life, but now, I mean, it's been years, so. But I know people have different philosophies with that for sure. So, and if you do like delete it all, perfectly fine. If you don't, I think that's okay too. So,
yeah.
but
I could see it too for like you said, like maybe not the memories. You're not going to go look back on it, but like you said, it was maybe a part of your life. So you don't have to like delete everything.
Yeah. And like I guess you could have spent time with your ex with other people that you care about that are still part of your life, right?
That's true.
Like going on, I don't know, whatever it may be. So
That's true.
I guess there's different ways to approach that for sure. All right. We are on to question number 4. Also dealing with about relationships. So how important is it to have alone time in a relationship?
How important is it?
Yeah. is it necessary to have alone time?
Yeah, for sure.
Why do you feel that way?
Okay, well, I just feel like when you're in a long-term relationship, you're living together and you spend a lot of time together, it's very easy to become almost like dependent on the other person. And you still, I feel like you need to remain, like how you were before too. Keep your own interests, keep your own hobbies, things that you like. Because like, I don't know, I just feel like you never really know what could happen. And I just feel like you need to like just keep yourself, make sure you're good too, and not become so dependent on somebody. I just think it's healthy. Yeah. Especially like also if we have our own hobbies, that's something that we can talk about and it just adds to our relationship too.
That's a good point. And look, I know a lot of guys like playing video games. Like I get it. Just to have some alone time, just to do something that you probably did while you were a kid. I think that's okay too, as long as it's not hours and hours on end on every single day. Like I think that's okay too. But again, it could be video games, it could be going out and playing basketball, it can be whatever it may be. But I do think it is important to, you're still your own person, but you're sharing your life with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I think it is very, very necessary to, it's not boundaries, it's just, again, we both need our alone time to do the things that we like individually, and then obviously we share the rest of our lives together. So I do think that it's a very necessary component for every relationship.
What's your favorite alone time?
I mean, I like going to the gym, and I know that there are times where we go together, but if we're not, like, I do value that time. It kind of gets me recalibrated to start my day, because I usually go in the morning so I can start my day off right. I want to get a good workout in, and that's like, and it's like an hour or whatever, get an hour in workout, and then kind of go do what I do. But that's the most consistent alone time activity that I do, that I do appreciate. I like it. But again, if you like, we have times where we do work out together, that works too. But I just know more so than not that I'm usually going to the gym by myself, and that's where my alone time happens. What about you?
My favorite alone time, I love like my long showers.
You do love your long showers.
I play music. I just like do my skincare, and I don't know, I just love my like showered night unwinding time. I like doing that because you're usually still like working or wrapping things up.
Or I'll go play video games.
Or you'll play video games, and I'll just take my time, like unwinding for the night. And then I also like my getting ready time. Yeah. I'm always just vibing out usually.
Also when I play video games.
I also like, I will say the gym too. Sometimes I feel like I end up like distracting myself though a lot at the gym, because I know it's not the best, but I'll play like a podcast and I'm more kind of like, maybe it is my own time though.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it too. Yeah.
I think when I think of like the gym, I wish I could focus more on what I was doing and just being like fully present in what I was doing. And sometimes I feel like I look for distractions while I'm at the gym, like a podcast or a book. I'm like more invested in the book, even though I'm still getting my workout done, but I'm more so like keeping my mind busy on something else.
I get that. I completely understand that. But I mean, I remember I used to listen to podcasts during, my workouts, and I don't know, I just haven't picked up a good podcast. Maybe I should listen to the Couples Coverage podcast.
You should listen to Couples Coverage.
Which might be a little weird because I'll be hearing my voice. I don't know. But you could do that if that's what you like to do during workouts.
I've listened to us before.
During a workout?
Yeah.
Did you feel more motivated?
No, because you're not like no. Sometimes I find myself like laughing just because I think we're funny sometimes.
Oh, okay. That works.
But I'm very biased, obviously, because it's us.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Anyways, oops. My turn?
Yep.
Okay.
Number 4.
Let's see. Okay, this is a good one.
Sorry, I'm sniffling.
That's okay. Okay, do you or did you ever worry about the fact that you were my first real/serious relationship?
Did I or I just think that I knew that, so I just think there are going to be maybe parts in our relationship that you're going to be experiencing for the first time and I necessarily haven't. Whether it's how to deal with conflict. I mean, it's both of our first times, living with a significant other, but I don't think it really bothered me though, because I always thought and you 2 years younger than me, but you're very mature for your age. And, I never felt like that was there was any kind of gap there, or even because you hadn't, been in previous serious relationships. I just knew that because you're so level-headed, very, goal oriented, I knew it was going to work out. And so even though I knew we would be experiencing things for the first time, and especially you, it didn't really bother me. It didn't make me hold back from, wanting to go on more and more dates with you or do anything like that. If anything, I just wanted to keep on exploring and learning more about you. So I knew that, but I mean, it hasn't done anything to affect how, our relationship is or how I feel about you. So,
yeah.
But I was aware of it, and yeah, nothing's come between us with that.
Yeah. I will say maybe that's news to people. I've never really talked about that.
That's true.
I've gone on dates and stuff and talked to people for a while, but nothing ever serious. And I think the reason was because I was consciously waiting until I knew I was ready for that or wanted that. I don't think I was in a space to have a serious relationship before, but I think that's part of the reason why I came into it ready. I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
But you know what? For me, it was a little bit difficult because I had nothing else to compare it to.
That too, yeah.
So when we would, let's say have something that bothered me, it's I don't know how to approach it. You're right. I didn't know how to deal really with conflict and stuff because I'm not even good with that to begin with.
No, I get that. And, I think that's something that we, over the years have we've worked through different tactics and how to kind of approach that. But
yeah. But I also feel that can be said with anybody, because even if you've had a past relationship and you go into it and you get into a new relationship, you still have to learn how to communicate best with that person.
Yeah, you can't necessarily just use the same tactics or the same approach that you use with one person.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be copy and paste with another person. You could maybe build off of that or
and
adjust.
And the issues may be different as well. So
Exactly.
You would have to just, I don't know.
No, okay. Yeah, no, but good question though. I that's a good question. But
I've always wondered that.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you know.
Now I know.
So does everybody else. All right, this is my final question. Question number 5. This has been awesome so far. I really love the questions and the answers, and hopefully everyone has enjoyed them as well. But this one, we mentioned High School Musical. What is one thing you wish you would have done while you were in high school?
Oh, this is an easy one for me.
What is that?
I wish I was more involved. I wish I tried harder in high school.
More involved in what?
Maybe
And what were you involved in?
I literally was not involved in anything.
Well, weren't you in choir?
Well, I was in choir, but...
That's involvement in something. Not everybody was in choir.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I was in choir and I was in art.
See?
But there's a lot of people who were busy after school.
Yep, for sure.
They had sports or they had something that they had to do. Maybe they were part of the yearbook or prom committee or whatever it was. And I didn't have that. I also didn't have any desire at the time. So maybe at the time I wouldn't change anything because at the time I just wanted to get home.
I feel that. Yep. Exactly.
Once it was time to go, I was done. I wanted to go home and eat.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I was in football, but after that, it's go home and hang out.
Yeah, but I wish I played a sport. Maybe I don't know exactly what. I feel maybe volleyball, or I wish I would have continued to play soccer because I played soccer all of middle school, and then I wanted to take a break for 1 year and I never went back to it. So I really do regret that. What else? Yeah, I wish I would have pushed myself a little bit more in high school. I don't know if I
know a
put
lot
too
of
much
people that-
effort.
yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a very common thing too. And also, like, you didn't go to any, you could have saw me on the football field, but
Yeah,
you
I
didn't go to any football games.
Yeah, I didn't go to
Or
any
basketball?
games.
Did you go to basketball at all?
No.
See, like the W Club at
No.
Waukegan. That's where
I
it
think I was at the wrong house. I was in the wrong house.
Maybe, but no, I get that. I just wish I would have played more sports than just football.
Really?
Yeah, because they would have helped out with football too.
Oh.
Track was an easy one that I wish I would have done, but I was like, I just want to go home. When it wasn't football season, I want to go home and relax. Other people were out there grinding, and kudos to you. I wish I would have done the same, but yeah, doing some of that would have been nice. And yeah, I think actually, so I was in choir in 7th grade. There was always a little part of me that wanted to do like the play or something, but I was kind of like, I don't know about that.
Guys, he's a singer.
Oh boy, I don't know about that.
You sing with me in the car.
Yes, we're good car singers.
Good car singers, shower singers.
Yep, very good.
At home when no one's listening, singers.
Except for Brady.
He sings. He howls.
Brady howls when ambulances go by.
Yeah.
Every single time.
He can hit high notes when the ambulance
better
goes
than
by.
both of us. That was all my questions. You have the final question of episode 8 of Couples Coverage.
Oh boy.
What do we have in store here?
I didn't intentionally leave this one for last. I just think this one makes me feel a little bit like awkward to ask. Okay. Does it make you feel awkward when people tell you to propose already?
Does it make me feel awkward? No, I don't feel awkward. I'm just like, yo, chill. Like, there are steps that need to be taken. There's got to be methodical with this approach, but I don't feel awkward with it. I always get a laugh out of it. I know a lot of people, whether I'm on, the CHGO Bears podcast, people have brought it up, even with friends or, at work sometimes. Like, I don't think I get awkward with it, but I do know that a lot of our friends, have proposed or are already married, or it's just that time, right?
Well, I don't know. I think everyone's on their own timeline.
But you just see a lot of people who are similar age that you've been around for years are doing, doing the big move. And I don't think I ever feel awkward with it. Even, talking with like family members or things like that, not awkward. I kind of embrace the awkwardness and like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Maybe tune in next week. I don't know, but like, I wouldn't say I get awkward with it. I know that it's just, people are maybe having a little fun with it, but also having maybe a little, like, they're actually kind of curious. Like, what are the plans here?
Yeah.
Like, we've been together for 4 years. Like, what's going on here? So, I wouldn't say that I get awkward with it though.
Okay.
Like
I will say sometimes I
think you get awkward
felt
with it.
because it's like, I think we've been out before. Random people will be like, "You better marry her."
That's true. Yes.
And it's like, what am I supposed to say to that?
Remember, even after our last softball game, I posted a picture of us, and like there were pictures. Is that Miss Moreano?
Oh yeah.
Right? So yeah, no, it's
people are waiting. The people are waiting.
The people are waiting. They are waiting. But yeah.
Okay, that was my last question.
That was fun. Like, I know we said at the top of this podcast that we had already done a good portion of this episode, but technical difficulties didn't allow us to finish. But I thought this one was a lot of fun. Like,
yeah.
It was good answers, good back and forth, and hopefully everyone who is listen or watch this also enjoyed our conversation. But
this might be one of the most like intimate ones we've had.
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Vulnerable, maybe?
Like maybe vulnerable or even
very personal to us.
Highlighting like things about us for sure. So that's why it made it fun. And we each came up with our own questions and whatever we wanted to ask. It was the floor was ours. And we kind of just used that to, again, maybe learn a little bit more about each other in the process too. So that was always fun. But
yeah, literally this is why I feel like everything is meant to be, because I like this one so much better.
See?
Even though I was just saying in the beginning, I really liked last episode. Got lost forever, but this one's even better. So
this one's even better, and this is the one we're going to share with all of you. So I think that's going to be a wrap for episode 8. Just want to thank everybody again for listening and or watching. Remember, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and on Spotify. And we're talking about doing a giveaway when we get 100 subscribers on YouTube. So let's get that number up. We'll figure out something to give away, and tell a friend, tell a family member, tell your grandmother, get her on the spot, get her on podcasts. That's
we're nice people. Grandma will like us.
Yeah, grandma will like us, grandpa will like us, everybody will like us. So make sure you do that. But thank you everyone for tuning in. That's a wrap on episode 8, and we'll see you next week. Adios.
Bye. Do 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 do. Actually, that sounded like Little Mermaid.
That is a little